Hey guys, look what I got. That's right, I got the Freewing F-35. In this video, we're gonna unbox it. We're gonna look at all the parts and pieces. Then we're gonna do a couple tests here and there, control surfaces. We're gonna listen to that beautiful EDF fan. Then at the end, we're gonna do our pros and cons. Coming up next, we're gonna see what's going on inside the box. All right, guys, this thing is absolutely stunning. I'm only looking at the first layer, but looking at the paint through the plastic, my God, guys. Of course, we've got the owner's manual, user's manual right there. I'm gonna peel off that next layer that's coming up next. All right, guys, I peeled this layer back, and as soon as I saw this fuselage, I started swearing in a very, very happy way. My God, this thing looks good. That's through plastic. It's through plastic. Those rudders, stunning. That should definitely help with orientation. All right, I'm gonna quit talking. I'm going to take everything out of plastic, and that's all coming up next. All right, guys, so my first impressions of all the parts and pieces laid out is wow. There's no other word but wow, well, that I can say on YouTube and not get demonetized. Wow is pretty much the extent of it. It is absolutely stunning, looks beautiful, the detail's incredible. I'm gonna take the camera off the tripod. We're gonna take a closer look coming up next. All right, you guys, we're gonna take a look at all the parts and pieces. We're gonna do a quick scan, and then we're gonna do a detailed analysis of things. All right, so first up is the fuselage. This is officially licensed, of course, and the detail is absolutely incredible on this thing. You can tell that they use several layers of paint on this. The detail is just immaculate. I'm not sure this video camera is going to do it justice, seeing it in person. I am pretty speechless on how great this thing looks. So this is the underside of the main wing. Here is the top of the main wing. I've got them kind of flipped. Same thing here with the rudders. We've got the outside that's going to look like that, the inside that's going to look like that. And here are the horizontal stabs. They're pretty darn similar. Maybe let's flip this. Yeah, they're pretty darn similar either way. Beautiful. I have no idea what this plastic stuff is for. I usually don't include any of that. However, I still appreciate it. And I know a lot of scale guys love every little thing that they can be included in these kits. So thank you, Freewing, for doing that. Right here is the well-labeled accessories pack, talking about everything that's in there. I appreciate that significantly. I don't like to build, so that makes things so much easier. And of course, here is the beautiful nose cone. Nice and scale, magnetic. Oh yeah. I am so excited about this thing, guys. I'm gonna build this thing, and coming up next, what you're gonna see is this thing 100% assembled. That's all coming up next. All right, guys, so we've got this thing all built, put together, wired up, all those good things. And here's a look at the mains. Here's a look at the nose gear, trailing link nose gear suspension, awesome. Got a pilot. This has some, kind of hard to see with the box light shining in the way, but it's got plastic in there to prevent gatoring. So that is good. And obviously, quick little pro tip here, do not leave any foamy out in the direct sunlight for any extended period of time. It will gator, and what gator means is this has got a really nice smooth finish. And if you leave that out in the thing, or you get some glue on it, whatever, it'll bubble up and look like crap, like gator skin essentially. So you do not want to do that. One thing regarding the build, that it's really straightforward, simple build. However, it can get pretty irritating and complicated very quickly. One thing that I ran into, and I'm sure others will too, so this is why I want to call this out in this portion of this video. The servo connectors, at least on my plane, were very, very covered with paint. So it was difficult to know what the polarity of the servo plugs were. I had some problems. My ailerons did not work. my rudders did not work. And what I found out was that if you have either one of these things backwards, it will cancel all of them out. So that was not fun. I even talked to Motion RC support. Such a new plane, they weren't 100% sure what was going on themselves. So shout out to my buddy Dustin, and of course John helped me a bit too to figure out what was going on. So I had dead rudders, dead ailerons, and that was all due to polarity issues. So take your time with that part, because overall the build is really easy and quick and really quite seamless, as long as you make sure your polarity is matched up just fine. All right, coming up next, we're gonna look inside the canopy. All right, guys, here's a look inside this battery bay. It's fairly clean in here. I like that. And there we go. We've got my receiver that I'm using here. And here's a look at this canopy. You can see the plastic right there to prevent the gatoring. I think that's pretty awesome. All right, I'm going to put the canopy back on, then we're going to check the control surfaces and EDF unit coming up next. Okay guys, we're going to do a quick control surfaces test. Here are the ailerons. In fact, let's bump those up to high rates. I've got pretty much everything set up by the manual. There are the rudders. And of course, check this out. Elevators. Now I'm told by folks that have flown this, you want pretty much 100% throws on your elevators. So that's where we're at right there with the high rates. I did back it off to 90% dual rates with low rates, just in case I get in the air and it just seemed a little too touchy. So I've got that as a backup there, but essentially it's pretty much as much as we can do there. So there's that. Now let's do a quick little EDF test in runner, 70mm EDF. So let's do that. I have a very, very small barrier to the front, so I'm not going to jack it up too much, but I do have to listen to that fan, and here we go. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna rip. All right, coming up next, we're gonna do our pros and cons. Okay guys, we're gonna do our pros and cons here. As far as the pros go, the paint and details are awesome on this thing. Another pro is it comes with really nice suspension, especially that front nose gear. Very cool. Also comes with a plastic coated canopy to prevent gatoring. That is awesome, especially when it is black and that absorbs heat. The battery bay is nice and big. You can accommodate 4,000 to 5,000 in the recommended range. You may even be able to go heavier depending on how you like to fly things. Pretty cool. I'm gonna maiden mine with a 4,000 or 4,200. And as far as the cons go, really the only con is that polarity issue that I mentioned earlier in the video. And that, for me, negated the build being a pro. Otherwise, it would have definitely been a pro because it really is basic, pretty quick and simple. Bolt some stuff together, bam, you're ready to go. All right, with all that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. And GBLynden, out.